Good evening. It is I, once again, Mama J. I wasn't going to come back on until August 17th to do something on my whole experience for the whole year, being as though dealing with mental health started going up on August 17th last year. I have noticed that my mood shifts a lot, and then I turn around and I talk as if I have it all going on, like I got it all together. Then I have my breakdown moments, and I notice a couple of times where I sort of kind of spoke as myself in a third party type thing. So, yeah, you can have issues and also function sometimes normally where you can use your experience to help someone. When you know that you have a serious battle going on the inside with the mixed up emotions, and it's like you got this rage and you don't know why. Now, a lot of us may act it out, have tantrums, want to fight, in trouble with the law, all types of things. It reacts differently on people. One of the main characteristics that you will find on a lot of people's channels with borderline personality disorder is feeling of real or imaginary rejection, feeling of real or imaginary abandonment. And then, they have this thing, I hate you, don't leave me. It doesn't make sense, but when you're going through one of those psychotic episodes, it makes a lot of sense, because we're either seeing you as all good or all bad. There's nothing in between. Being on here, I'm trying my best to demonstrate that it can be even. But those who may have been watching may say, who does she think she is? Who does she think she can help? If I can help one person, that makes a difference. I'm not looking for 50 million comments, and whoever the person is that I help don't even have to put a comment up. They could just take it, research what they got out of it to see if it's accurate, and use it to work towards a life worth living. I've been struggling over 20-something years. I have a lot of triggers. I try to stay away from the triggers. It's very difficult, especially when you don't know what may trigger you. And my go-to, if I feel triggered, I cry. Before learning DBT skills, I was very destructive. I wouldn't hurt nobody. And I wouldn't hurt me. I would tear up everything. Okay? When I say tear up, to the point you can't use it anymore. Am I proud of it? No. Somebody ticked me off so bad, and I remember I said those choice words. Use those curse words. Man, they called me Hammer Girl. In a matter of less than 10 seconds, 4 laptop computers lost their life. Pop, 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 pop. Hey, it might have been not even 5 seconds. That fast, it happened just like that. And it was like, so who cares? It's like I was numb to it. It didn't matter. But then later, after learning the skills, learning how to try to manage your behaviors, and then when you think about it down the line, it upsets you. Well, it upset me that I had this explosive anger and rage in me. And no, it's not easy to let it go. Yes, when I started going to this one particular church, every Sunday that I would go down to the altar, not saying I went every Sunday, my pastor would always pray for my mind. And there was one time she got a hold of me. She was coming down the aisle. She got a hold of me. And it's like I felt my body crack the way she had me. And it was like I was choking on the inside. And then when the bishop came, the two of them together, I was done. I don't remember nothing. Don't know how long I was on the floor. Don't remember nothing. All I do know, I felt like I was being choked when she got a hold of me. Like something was trying to come up, but I was being choked. I'm like, I'm being choked. I'm being choked. So I'm like, okay, that was not a very good feeling. So yes, we all experience things in a different way. And my intentions was to type out a thing, my go-to list for the things that I've gone through for the whole year, the things that I have tried to encourage people with, the things that I talked about as far as I went through. Y'all seen me cry. The only thing, I don't think no one's seen me have a tantrum on here, because I wouldn't know. I would have to go back through all of it, but I don't think that I ever, well, me personally, never seen myself have a tantrum. I was told that I have tantrums, okay? I would love to see what me look like having a tantrum. I know anger, and I'll be like, ah! Yeah, but now if they call that a tantrum, okay, then I just have anger fits. Classified, everybody has their classification, right? One thing we're going to always keep throwing on here, and I noticed that I switch up a lot. Not saying switch personality, well, it could be classified switching personality, because I'm getting ready to go right to the thing that I'm always saying. All of y'all that's been pursuing school, all of y'all that felt as though that y'all couldn't do anything, all of y'all that decided y'all was going to go and find a therapist that deals with borderline personality disorder, being your own advocate, I am proud of you. If just one person took that advice. And remember, if you're in therapy and you have the wrong type of therapist to deal with borderline personality disorder, please ask them to find you the right therapist, because if you have a moment with that therapist, they're going to up and leave. And you know how people with borderline personality disorder, we are not subject to change very easily. You do one of those numbers, you can actually wind up in a hospital somewhere. It's not good. You can't take it lightly. You take it lightly. There's people that actually have took their life because they had no warning when their therapist was fired. And one landed in the hospital and the other one took a life. A lot of them went back to their self-harm, but it wasn't to the point that they wound up in a hospital. My point in saying that, you need the proper type therapist, and then if they have to go, or the proper type facility that will understand the type of patients that they're dealing with and will care enough that they would try to transition this patient to another person before leaving them high and dry like that. That's not safe. Okay? So be your own advocate. Be the best advocate you can for yourself. You have children and you think that they still don't understand you. Go take some support groups with them. Help them to understand. Break it down. Work more towards a life worth living. And I know when people see this, and because I have so many battles, and they say, take your own advice. I even told myself, I need to eat my own words. I can speak it. I could try my best to help you get it. But y'all have seen it, the doctors and therapists that put things up here. It's an inside battle going on the inside. It doesn't always come out on the outside. But that inward battle, when you try to start talking about that inward battle, it pushes people away. So you have to be very careful and very mindful. Because if you don't want nobody in your life, go ahead and push it all out. Be honest, just put it all out there. And it's going to make you feel like you being ripped up, like somebody's cutting you and ripping you all kinds of ways. And no one's going to understand that. They're going to look at you like, what is your problem? Yes, the back and forth, in and out of relationships. It's a norm. It's okay. You're not crazy. You have a chemical imbalance, and as I use, our brains are wired differently, so we don't perceive things as most people. And if you have dissociative issues, man, I'm a piece of work, okay? We ain't gonna get into the dissociative. You know what? Y'all might even see some of the whatchamacallits and everything like that. I don't know. But, man, you tell me, oh, that person came up. How am I supposed to know? If that person came up, where was I? So I wouldn't know who came up and who was present and whatever the case may be. So therefore, you can't tell me that I knew because you're telling me something that I didn't see and whatever the case may be. So you got to be very careful if you have dissociative identity disorder, dissociative amnesia. And when people realize that you have dissociative amnesia, they play on that and say you did XYZ, knowing that you didn't do it, but they manipulate you because they know they can manipulate you because they know that you don't know what you did and everything like that. And then they play on the factor of your different personalities. And if you got a kid one, you got to be very careful because that kid can be tortured, hurt, molested, raped, beat down, given alcohol, you name it. They would torture that kid if you have a kid in you. Then you have one personality that may be the dominant individual that want to protect everybody. And from what I understand, I have that aggressive one that will protect. It has to be the protector. So that one is the one that people claim that scares people. She must have died. Because nobody seems to be afraid of me. So that person must have died, okay? Because I don't see her. I don't know her, okay? So, in saying all this, what am I saying? In all this 1 year, I have put encouraging things up here. I have let y'all know different things about the different issues and how I battled with trying to keep people in my life, not keep them in my life. Right now, I'm in my thing with my 60-day challenge, sit-up challenge, right? And this is day 14. I want you to know it's a struggle. I'm struggling today to get those 30 sit-ups done. And yeah, so I'm not sure if it'll be Sunday or Monday. I'm a take the camera thing and put it near the scale, and we're gonna do the weigh-in, okay? Because originally I put the weight. Well, I said it, and I don't know if anybody wrote it down, whatever. Because I was 240.2. Okay, all right. So therefore, stay motivated. And somebody's trying to get my attention. Stay motivated. Keep your head up. And alrighty then. Yeah. I'm proud of you. Okay? If no one ever told you that, and if no one ever gave you a smile, I've been told that I have the most prettiest smile. I need to smile more often. Guess what? I'm proud of all of y'all. Keep your head up. And I thank those for the encouraging words. And I thank those that have helped me with my reborn babies. So probably the next thing that y'all will see, if it's not before the wait, will be another photo shoot of my children. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.